All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and welcome all. If you are joining us here inside, it is baseball in April, high school baseball on tap for you here as we get rolling on the IA Baseball Network. The backdrop is the beautiful scenery from Prospect Meadows. That's where we have our battle here today. And boy, it is a fun one and a really cool battle that we have for you as we have Iowa Select against the Ontario varsity squad. And hey, man, it's going to be a fun one here. Thanks for joining, everybody. I am Andrew Brown, giving you the balls and strikes here as we are back up, we are running, and we are on our way. And let's go ahead, and as we go ahead right now, we join us at the top of inning number one. And we have Cameron Francois up at the plate right now, getting ready to rock here. As we have a 1-2 count on here, Drake Obermuller on first base right now as we get rocking here, and now a strikeout here as we have one down and one on here in the top of the first. And now that brings up Xavier Perez, the extra hitter here, a little different format when it comes to these games, as we will have extra hitters, DH, all that jazz here. Perez right now stepping up out of Center Point, Urbana. And Obermuller taking off the dish, the toss just a bit outside. Got a little away, and we have a stolen base here. Credit for Obermuller. Again, thanks to everybody for joining us here as we get rocking and rolling. I appreciate you coming along for the ride. Again, Andrew Brown here. We have Cade Nissen on the ground, boots on the ground here with a lot of good stuff here. So more than just what we see here, but great content coming up as we go throughout here. And again, ladies and gentlemen, as always, hey, appreciate you coming along for the ride here. As we get ready again, Perez looking at a 2-1 count here, and the delivery from Team Ontario. Bunt attempt is perfectly placed. One place to do it, and it gets the runner over as Obermuller now stands on third. Perez with a good sack bunt there to now bring up Brett Harris. Western Dubuque star who has just been on a tear ever since he really hit the high school scene. He has been, well, and some could say even before that. And boy, has he been battling up. In fact, he's been battling more than just the game of baseball here. Had a little bit of a health battle here with the tumor that he has still played through, and he's still been strong with. He takes a look at that one for ball one to start his at-bat here. Again, we have two down with a runner on third and a 1-0 count. That one swung on here. Now we bring it up to 1-1. So again, appreciate you coming along for the ride here. And that one gets fouled away here. Make it a 1-2 mark. Again, a kind of a cool setup here for you. It is, we just couldn't wait for baseball to happen, so we came out and we got the broadcast going here again. Iowa Select up against Team Ontario here in a very fun battle. Part of a good series of games that you'll see across the Perfect Games slate. And that one dialed in here. The off speed caught him on the inside corner, and that is how we end the top half of the first. So nobody scoring for Team Iowa Select, but we have a whole lot more in store as we keep rolling on. Will Piero will be doing the pitching duties. We'll see him coming up on the hill for Team Iowa Select. But for right now, we're going to take you into more game action here. Don't forget that you can always catch this archived right on YouTube, IA Sports YouTube, where you can not only catch baseball, but also wrestling coverage, football coverage, basketball coverage as well. A lot of good things, a lot of really cool things to take note here. So make sure to check out more than just what we're looking at there from the baseball side of things, especially if you're a fan of just overall sports. And as we take a look here, we'll go ahead. As always, hey, by the way, give us your thoughts, more opinions, and just a whole lot. If you get the chance, hey, we want to hear from you. And speaking about hearing from, we're going to hear from several members of the Perfect Game crew to talk all about what's going on here, what's happening, and of course, what you can look forward to. Yeah, we've had a great time already here, and hey, despite what is dreary weather outside, we're still loving the game that we're playing some baseball here. Also, don't forget that coming on up, we will have conference previews in the not-so-distant future, along with early preseason rankings, team rankings, as well as individual rankings as well. So we've got a lot in store, and make sure that you connect here with us and give us your thoughts as we go throughout the season. So we're going to have a lot of fun in store, that is for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So as we go along here, don't forget that, hey, if you have any thoughts more, let us know. We'd love to hear from you, as Parker Deans is stepping up here for the first time for Team Ontario. And we will get rocking and rolling here. Deans will take a look at ball one from Piero here as we get rocking. Again, bottom of inning number one, Team Ontario is up to bat. That will dial it in here for a strike here. So 1-1 the count. Iowa Select got a runner over at third to start the top half. Couldn't quite move him over. That's why we remain here at an empty game here. Piero nicely dials that one in there as we look at a 1-2 count. And the dish, that one swung on, a good swing, but couldn't quite catch up to that one, just over it. And we have our first strikeout of the game for Iowa Select. And it comes right in the first batter here, as now we get Landon Smelt joining the ranks here. The lefty takes his look here and gets the first look, and he fouls that one off for strike one. And the 0-1 dish, that one swung on here, so we're quickly going down to 0-2 here, the count here already with one down in the inning. Look to fire, and that one a little bit too low, a little bit too far inside. That brings it up to a 1-2 count. Smelt is the second baseman in today's contest here for Team Ontario. That one too high on the outside corner here evens it up. The lineup here for Team Ontario: Deans, Smelt, Tassopoulos, Zetsky, Krupa, Giovanozo, Focatais, and of course, as we continue on, Zygos, Miller, Tetley, Peterson, and Troyer. And the dish from Piero, that one too high, and that one from a 3-ball count now draws it full, as we have a runner on, and both teams now can claim they've had a runner on base here to start this game. So next up here, Tassopoulos, the shortstop, is rocking in here, as he will take a look at strike one. So the 0-1 count here, Team Iowa Select on the field. That one gets shot, nicely picked up. The shot over to second, but could not connect on the exchange. And with that, An error now gives Team Ontario some more life here, as now we have 2 runners on and just 1 down. So reaching on error here as we look now with 2 runners on. There is 1 down. Will Piero out of Wahlert now sitting on the mound here. He gets the dish, fires in there, but cannot connect on the strike there. 1-0 is the count. And that one gets a little bit behind, and now the runners will advance here up to second and third they go. Team Ontario with some opportunity to do damage here early on, bottom of inning number 1. And now Coach heading out onto the mound to get a little bit of a checkup here. Certainly, as we'll see a number of different guys throughout this game. We'll see several different guys, but certainly not looking to take one out or potentially early on. Again, a lot. These are really talented guys here. Everybody on this roster brings a lot of punch, so you got to be careful for sure. And that look is in there for the strike here. So the 2-0 count now rings it to 2-1. Dylan, again, next up, Dylan Zartsky is up, the catcher here for Team Ontario. So 2-2 the count here. Already 1 down, but some action here on the base pass here for Team Ontario. And the pitch. That one nicely placed in there and swung on. That is the second strikeout of the inning here for the Wahlert product as we continue now on with 2 down and 2 on here. And next up, Aiden Krupa, the third baseman here for Team Ontario. Just registered 92 on the radar gun here for Piero. And the pitch, that one a little too low. Make it 1-0 to start. Again, we are here in Marion, Iowa, the backdrop for our battle here today. Iowa Team Select up against Team Ontario here. Team Select got a runner on third with Obermuller, but could not bring him home. And right now, we have action here. Team Ontario looking at second and third. Here's the pitch, and that one chopped right back, almost over him, but nice job to secure it. And that's why pitchers are definitely athletes too. The pitcher hands himself his own out, and he ends the inning unscathed. So despite a couple runners on, there was nothing crossing the plate in terms for Team Ontario. For right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. But before we go, make sure to catch up with more IA Baseball on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Catch us there, and we'll be right back after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here as we get Team Iowa Select and the first pitch swing and that one off to first, but that foot race will be won here by the first baseman here and Giovanazzo as he will record out number one here. And of course, up there was Jake Miller. Now we continue on with Maddox Mueller up to bat. The 1-0 and the dish. That one chopped there. It's a foul ball, and we get new life here for Mueller at the plate here. 1-0 count. Now turns 1-1. Again, as always, please go ahead, like, subscribe, and more. And of course, follow the action beyond what we've got here. We'll get a whole lot of highlights and more as we go through here from Marion. Perfect game. This is Prospect Meadows. Great backdrop here for us as we can take a look. Here's the 2-1 delivery. That one shot back, and that one evens it up here at a pair 2-2. That one on a chopper out there to the right side, and a nice pick and fire. That will get the out here, and now we quickly move to 2 outs here into the first 2 batters here in the bottom half as we continue on with the new inning. And, of course, now Tucker Long up at the plate here for Team Iowa Select here. Yeah, Ottumwa Bulldog committed to Ole Miss. He's already looking at a 1-0 count here to start his action here. First next time, and that one is in there for a strike. Evens it up at a 1 apiece. And delivery, that one just enough of that to keep him alive here, but it does put him in a 1-2 hole with 2 down here in the top half of inning number 2. The pitch, the fire, the delivery. That one tried to catch the outside. In fact, most of Team Ontario had thought that one painted the corner, but no, said blew behind the dish. Now we up to 2-2 the count. Team Ontario Astros, and that one is chopped right back up the middle. That will get into the outfield grass, and just like that, the first official hit of the game here for the Team Iowa Select. They get 1 runner on and keep this inning moving. So with a runner on, we continue on now with Fodi Rigopoulos, the Wahlert product, looking to continue what is going on here. And he takes a look at strike 1 for his first appearance of the game. Rigopoulos, committed to Illinois. Is going to be playing Big Ten ball once he departs here from the high school ranks. That one also touches up the corner on the outside. Now make it 0-2 the count. And as we continue along, and as always, don't forget, you can catch up more than just what you see here. Again, we have highlights, we have rankings, more, a whole lot that you can find as you head to Iowa Baseball Socials and a whole lot more. That one foul tip into the glove. That means that's the out that is recorded. And Rigopoulos has been taken down And with that, no harm, no foul. Again, 2 straight innings for Iowa Select. They put runners on, but they have unable to cross the plate here. So far, we're scoreless as we head into the bottom of inning number 2, and we'll be back right after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back as we continue to rock on here in Marion from Prospect Meadows. A great backdrop here for our battle here. Iowa Select up against the team Ontario Astros. And we have Luca Giovanazza up at the plate, first baseman here for the Astros, and he takes strike 1 on the outer corner. That one in there evens it up now. Again, bottom of inning number 1 here with a 1-1 count. Here on the mound, he dishes. That one catches the outside corner nicely up and away, and now we bring it 1-2 here. And the delivery once more. That one gets the swing in, a little off speed, pulled the string just a bit. And now we have the 3rd strikeout of the game here for Team Iowa Select. Up next, as we continue on here, again, 1 out. Up is number 10, Masando Zayas, the extra hitter, one of several extra hitters here. Again, a different little format as we're taking a look here. Again, with 1 out here and the 0-1 delivery. The pitch. That one gets fouled back, and now we go quickly 0-2. Again, part of a slew of action here from Prospect Meadows here. This game is got one that's got a lot of heavy hitters, a lot of big throwers in this one. That one got away from them just a bit here. 1-2 here at the count. And a nice swing through. Got him another strikeout here on the bump. Nicely done here. Iowa Select continuing to put the strikeouts here. Now that makes it 4 through just 2 innings of work so far. That one gets shot high. That one will look to not be playable as that finds its way out of play, and we now have a strike 0-1. And now we take the look. That one, nice swing through, but unfortunately could not connect on that one. Again, it is Colin Miller, one of the extra hitters here, who's now finding himself in a 1-2 hole. And the pitch, that one a little too high off the letters here, brings it even. And both teams so far have had at least one runner on base. In fact, two for both teams so far. But no one's been able to push across a run here in this one, as now we bring it up. And we keep this at bat alive here. 2 strikes, a 2-2 count. Now here's the delivery. That one too far up. That's ball 4. And that will put another runner on. So both teams can say they have put at least one runner on base in each of the first 2 innings. And now we continue to rock on. Yanni Forkatois is now up at the plate. Getting the chance to rock here as, again, we are looking at one runner on. And here's the pitch. That one, nice swing through, but unfortunately could not connect here. 0-1 the count. And Prospect Meadows, great location. And again, love what we're looking at here. That one gets away, and that one will allow the runner to head on over to second. So Team Ontario can now claim they've had a runner in scoring position in each of the first 2 innings so far. A runner on second. Again, Forkatois, number 93, one of the several extra hitters in this lineup, and he will take a look at that one. Caught the outside edge, and that is how we end this bottom half of inning number 2. So despite more runners in scoring position, nothing happening. Team Iowa Select coming on up next when we return right here on the iBaseball Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Brady Weber is kicking us off as he takes a nice hack, but unable to come through with that one as he takes a strike here as we get inning number 3 up and rolling. With a 1-1 count here, want to remind you that, as always, make sure to check out not what we just have going on IA Baseball, but we do have an entire roster of sports from IA football, basketball, and of course, if you are interested in the softball realm, let us know, as that one goes high and in tight, and that one causes ball 2 here as we rock out and even it up now at 2-2. Team Ontario, the Astros, coming down north of the border to take on the Iowa Select squad, and that will be a strikeout here. Weber will be set down on K's. And with that, that'll bring up Tate Tierney to the plate. He's a center fielder. Come in a long ways to grab this one here and trying to rack here as we have one out here. Top half of inning number 3. That one is up and in, but finds enough of the strike zone, evens it now at 1 apiece. Again, thanks for joining us here as we continue on from Prospect Meadows. Perfect game, Iowa Select up against the Astros Team Ontario. Here is now we rock to a 2-1 count. Tierney up at the plate. He takes a look at ball 3. So now the 3-1 delivery. That one does not find the zone, too far outside. 4 balls, 1 strike, brings a runner on to scoring position. So at least we've had action here as we take a look. We will have a base runner. We'll get you who that is here in just a second. But now as we continue on, we have a runner on and 1 out. That one gets shot, and that one will be a base hit here, and we now have 2 runners on for Team Iowa Select. And with that, we will look to have a pitching change here for Team Ontario as we go ahead and say, we'll say goodbye here to the pitcher now, which is Chris Troyer. We will now have a new pitcher to update you on here in just a bit. But first, we wanted to mention here again, if you are interested in anything softball related, let us know here. We would like to go ahead and build up IA softball. So if you are interested in doing what something like we do here on the baseball side of things, let us know. Hit up iabaseball1@gmail.com. Go ahead, hit that up, and we can go ahead and get rocking here. If you want, if you're interested, we'd love to hear from you. Again, iabaseball1@gmail.com. Go ahead and hit that up if you are interested in joining not only IA Baseball, but others across our platform. And Obermuller would look to be back up here for his second time around. First time he made it onto the base pass, got all the way to third, but could not score there, and that's why we remain at an empty ball game here, scoreless, as we continue on to the 3rd inning. And up next, it looks to be DeClassis up at the play or on the mound here for the Astros. And he will look at 2 runners on, trying desperately to stop what bleeding there's been so far. But right now, Obermuller, who has breached base and stolen a base so far in this one, he gets the chance to try and get something on the board here, or at least advance for Team Iowa Select. A little step off the mound. A conversation happening up here gives us some time to mention that we will be having our conference previews coming up in the not so distant future. Make sure to check that out. And make sure to check out some other content and beyond, not only IA Sports on YouTube, but rockfin.com/IA-baseball. Some great chance to catch up on a lot of great lists that we'll be putting out here for the season. The pitch, and that one is shot out there to second. That one eats him up a bit, but the play gets made anyway as we get the out there at second. There is runners now advanced, a runner on third and a runner on first. So we trade an out for a runner in closer scoring position. Does Team Iowa Select, but that does mean there are two down here in the inning. A pitch, that one gets shot right side here. Francois up at the plate, the shortstop here for Team Iowa Select, and now in an 0-1 count. Again, it's baseball in April, and appreciate you jumping on and joining us here. That one, a little off-speed pitch, wisely laid off, evens it up here at one apiece. That one is swung on, and now we go from an even count here, 1-2. That one, a little shot out there. That's a little poke for the first first run of the game. As a nice shot here, Francois will put the Team Iowa Select on the board. It's a 1-0 game as we continue on here in the third. So we keep runners on the corners here with two down. And up will be Xavier Perez, the extra hitter out of Center Point Urbana High School. Perez, the sixth batter of the inning here. And again, we have traded one pair of runners on the corners for another. That one fouled back here, gives us a strike to the count here. And as all, again, that was Francois with a nice shot up the gap here between short and first. That allowed the first run of the game. 1-0 in favor of Iowa Select. And the runner now taken off to second. No worries, though, as that will be ball four. All she wrote now to blow the bases. And Team Iowa Select, good chance to do some more damage here. Nikki Klazowski is now stepping on up as he gets his first hitting role of the game. And the bases loaded, already one home for Team Iowa Select. Here's the pitch. That one finds its way in there nicely. That will be strike one. Delivery, that one tailed a little bit outside here, and we even it up now at one apiece. Again, a shot in the gap between short first produced the first run of the game for either squad. Team Iowa Select up now on that mark, 1-0. Top of the third we go. That one is shot, but that will look to go foul, and it will indeed. And now we increase that mark now 1-2 the count. Again, appreciate you coming along for the ride here. Again, Andrew Brown giving you the balls and strikes. And all the action here as we go 9 innings here in this one. A 9-inning bout here between the Astros of Team Ontario and Perfect Game Iowa Select. That one, did he go for that? In fact, that was deemed strike 3. So with that, that is all she wrote now for the inning for Iowa Select. But they did manage to poke across a run and gain the lead, the first lead change of the game. And they now lead this one by that 1-0 mark. We're going to go ahead and step aside. We got more action here for you coming on up. Bottom half of the inning when we return right here on the iBaseball Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We get Tierney on the bump here for Team Iowa Select as we get rocking and rolling here. As always, appreciate you coming along for the ride here. Again, a little bit of a wet day out, but hey, still, it's a fun time to play baseball here in April. And appreciate you coming along with us here in this one. So we got a 2-2 count all evened up here. And Tierney with the dish. That one nicely caught on the upper outside corner. Pulls the string just enough to get the strikeout. His first K of the game. And now the next dish up there with one down here. Up now here as we see number 67. Kyle Peterson, the right fielder, gets a shot to get something going here. That one hits foul. That one's got him running, but that will be out of play. So the bottom half of inning number 3 underway, already with 1 down. And that one gets fouled back here as we remain 2-strike count. So again, as always, if you get the chance, make sure to get out here to Prospect Meadows. Great place to watch a whole lot of baseball, as we will be having a whole lot of baseball here. But right now, we are in our game through the 3rd inning, as that one is caught for the strikeout. That makes it 6 strikeouts on the game so far for Team Iowa Select. Tierney adds his first of the game. And of course, as we continue on, wow, that one sent foul back. 0-1 here, the count. And Team Iowa Select was the one to score first. Francois single to the right side, poked across, the only run of the game so far. Despite a bases loaded chance, that was all she wrote for that inning, though, but still a lead. And of course, a chance to get out of the bottom half of the 3rd. Already an 0-2 count here with 2 down. The next pitch, that one too far out of the zone here. That will bring the first ball up here to the leadoff man in Parker Deans, who has struck out in his first plate appearance, looking to correct that here. That one too far, easily laid off, brings it even at 2-2. So Deuces Wild here, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Nobody on the base pass here for the Astros. Here's the pitch. That one, a high heater, obliged, and that one could not connect. A second strikeout here for Tierney, and that is another one added. That's 7 Ks on the game for Team Iowa Select. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you get the chance here, make sure to check out more of what we got going here, not just today, but beyond. There's a whole lot of action here on the IA Baseball Network and across. More chance for good highlights, of course, stats, stat leaders, and beyond. A chance for you to catch up who might be leading coming up here in this season, and what else we're looking for here as well. And of course, any thoughts, anything you want to add, hey, just hit us up across our social media network or hit us up, iabaseball1@gmail.com. Again, iabaseball1@gmail.com. So as we continue to roll on, we are in the 4th inning. We're gonna get some guys up here to talk a lot more about what Perfect Game is offering, because around us, we got almost every field going with something action, some warm-ups, a lot of things going on, a lot of fun here. So, again, if you get the chance, hey, man, Perfect Game certainly does it right. They got the right fields. They just got a lot of the right everything. So Jake Miller out of Marion stepping on up. He gets the chance to rock something here as we get going here with the top half of inning number 4, and that one won't quite catch the zone. He starts it off with a 1-0 count. And Next pitch, so that one, I tried to backdoor. Not nice break on that one, but unfortunately could not. And a nice layoff here for Miller. Now he looks at a 2-0 count. Catches the strike zone there. An out victim his last time up, but hey, a chance to correct things here. 2-1. And the pitch, that one sent right up the middle from whence it came. That finds its way into the outfield grass. And that will be a hit here for Miller, his first of the game. And Team Iowa Select picking up where they left off last inning here. As now Maddox Mueller stepping back up to the plate for his second trip of the game. And wisely looks over there at first. Again, he got some good speed out there on the base pass. In fact, that's what a lot of what we hear about perfect game. This team in particular, a lot of good speed coming out of this squad. So again, a check on over, and rightfully so. Again, Mueller up at the plate. Prairie Product looking to do some damage here. Once again, a check on over to first, no go. Still an empty count here now, the delivery, and the bunt attempt laid down, but that one strays foul. Strike one on the count. And out victim his last time up. And Mueller looking to add to what has been lately the last couple innings. Some good offensive surge here for Team Iowa Select. Runner taken off. That one shot right side. The pickup there. And that was deemed fair ball. And runner advances over to second. So a little bit of a trade-off there. However, as we have Tucker Long stepping on up to the plate here, that does record an out, but a chance yet again, and with runners in scoring position here for the Iowa Select squad. Long with potential to go pretty much anywhere on the field. Good ability to spray it left and right. Opposite field, pull side, it doesn't matter. He has been pretty effective, and you can see why a lot of Division I colleges wanted to go after him. And, of course, he will land up in the SEC once all is said and done. Look to fire. That one lays off, but that one is deemed strike anyway here. So the 1-1 count here with a runner on second. A chance again for Team Iowa Select to try and poke across another run here. And the toss, a little too high. Again, Jake Miller trying to make his way around. Well, that one dialed in there for the strike here. 1-2 here, make it the count. Again, Team Iowa Select in a 9-inning battle here against Team Ontario, the Astros as they are called. We are on perfect game field, a prime opportunity to catch this and more as that one is struck left side. That will be picked up and a clean fire over there to first. The connection is made. But again, a runner traded as we have a runner on third now, but 2 outs in the process. And now the dish, the fire. That one shot off right side. That'll be a foul ball. Cody Rogopoulos back up at the plate. He was an out victim his last time up, but again, he has a great chance to do something more here. That one also dialed into the strike. Now 0-2 to the Illinois commit out of Dubuque Wahlert Catholic. And now the pitch. That one shot out there on a slow roller, but that will be a foul ball. It'll keep it now at 0-2. More life here for Rogopoulos. Again, Miller standing on third, just one stride away from potentially run number 2 of the game. Set the fire. That one, another chop shot over there, but no go. Keeps it rolling here. Again, Rogopoulos, part of that Wahlert squad that had a fantastic year last season. Went to yet another state tournament run. Fell to the eventual runner-up in Bishop Heelan. But, man, that was an exciting squad, and a lot of those guys do return back as we will look to have a balk and a run in. So a balk run in makes it 2-0 here. Iowa Select, again, making them nervous on the mound here. So now Rogopoulos with an 0-2 count, but empty base pass to look at. And now they look to fire. That one, a little shot, but that will be foul ball is deemed before we can get anywhere else with it. Again, good play over there at third by Zyrus as he changes from extra hitter, now gets into the game as a player in the field. And again, as we stand here from Prospect Meadows, that one shot back, and again, it's a good battle here from the Wahlert product. Again, committed to University of Illinois baseball. Up next, should things continue here, after Rogopoulos would be Brady Weber. Weber with a strikeout victim his last time, hoping to get a chance here in this one. So again, stay tuned. Got some interviews on the books ready for you as we continue right along. But more than that, we got this game going in a 2-0 lead here for Team Iowa Select. And what has been an 0-2 count for the last 5 pitches here. We'll look to see if this comes to a resolution. The pitch. That one, and some good battling going on here. Rogopoulos keeping it up. Chance to try and continue this inning now. 1-2 count with 2 down. And here's the pitch. That one wisely lays off here, now evens it up at 2 apiece. And we're going to go the full 9 innings here today in this one. And that one is shot out there. That will find its way into the outfield grass. And Rogopoulos with his first hit. What a battle from him as he manages his way onto the base pass here with 2 down. Again, with Rogopoulos on, that brings up Brady Weber to the plate. Struck out his first time, looking to continue what has been a strong inning. That one a little bit too far inside here. Has to duck out of danger here. Already a couple hits here in this one. Throw to first, no go on that one, still safe. But a couple hits in the inning here for Team Iowa Select as they continue to roll. Again, 2 now on the board. 1 inning in the last 2. That one shot, and that one with nice diving play. And that is how you work it in the field. Team Ontario limiting the damage there. And a nice play will cap it off as we now get to head to the bottom of the inning. But not before Team Iowa Select comes through with a 2-0 lead. And we will have more action for you as we come back right here on the IA Baseball Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have Weber on the mound here for Team Iowa Select. And Brady Weber getting the chance to head from the outfield in. And as we get rolling here with the bottom half of the inning, still a 2-0 lead for Team Iowa Select against Team Ontario, the Astros. That one is shot right side. Nice pickup at first. And the rundown will go in favor of Team Iowa Select as they will pick up the out. Nice job there at first. As Drew Fillenworth getting his action going here at first. The Benton product gets the first out here of the inning. Now the dish here from Weber, a nice breaker and unable to find the strike zone, however, 0-1. As we look at Alex Desopoulos now up at the plate. Again, the shortstop here for the Astros. Again, a strikeout victim his last time up. That one is a looper out there. Nice pickup on the run. Nicely done. As that was recorded out number 2. That's how you draw it up. Nicely done out there at second. As long with a good reach there. Again, got some good action here. He can play all around the field. Again, you can see why the versatility has also landed him a chance to play here at the collegiate level. Weber with the pitch inside, and that will go 0-1 here. The count here, 2 down. A nice swing through that here, but Weber got a nice swing for a strike. 1-2 here, the count, and a chance to really get ahead here on this one. Tried the breaker, unable to match it there. Evens it up now at 2 apiece. So a couple quick ground outs have started the inning here, and we're about to chance to end it here quickly, but not yet. As the number 4 hole hitter, the catcher will make his way onto the base pass via the walk. So with a runner on first here, now that brings up number 13. And that once again is Adrian Krupka, the third baseman. He was a strikeout victim his last time. Takes a look at that one, trailing off outside, 1-0. And a great way to catch up on some of the guys that you may not see during the course of the normal high school baseball season. A little bit wet out there, but still a lot of fun here in store. Here's the pitch. That one's sailing just about outside. He now goes to 2-0. Weber with a good start, 2 quick ground outs, but now after a walk, we have a 2-0 count to the number 5 hole man for the Astros. Team Ontario has been touted as one of the better squads around. That one gets away behind the dish, and that will make its way on over. We have now a runner on second base. So with a runner on second here, now the third time in this game that Team Ontario can claim that they've had a runner in scoring position, although they've been unable to connect on there. That one catches the outer cap just above the letters here for a strike. So 3-1 is our count. 2 down. Weber trying to get out of this one here. Looks at second, and he'll fire on home. That one sends out of play. And now just 1 strike away from getting out of the inning here in the 4th. Again, Francois kicked us off with a seeing eye single here back in inning number 3. And the top half of the fourth, Iowa Select added one more on the balk, headed on home. And that's where we have now the 2-0 game. As we have a second straight walk, we'll now put runners on first and second for the Astros. The look will find its way in there, and that will. Weber with the look to second. And now he'll fire on home. That one tailing too far outside the zone, 1-1. And sometimes that may be a deliberate kind of thing. And again, kind of test where their range, where their eyes are headed. Now the look to fire. That one is swung on foul tip, and that one will keep that going in favor of Weber now as we add another strike to the mix. 1-2. 2 down, a chance to get out of this little bit of a jam here that's been rolling. Again, we're seeing a lot of different guys both on the mound and in different parts here across this game. That one's fouled back here, keeps it rolling. Again, as always, make sure to catch up with what we've got going here, not just now, but of course, we got more highlights from today's action, which will be across our social media scene as well. And we've got conference previews coming on up, as well as our top lists, our top 100, our top 100 freshmen, and beyond. I mean, we've got quite an extensive list here that we go through every year, and a chance for you to catch up on who are some of the top guys in this state. And right now you're seeing a lot of them there. And take a look at that first strikeout of the game here on the mound for Weber, as he will go ahead and claim the third out of the inning. And with that, despite runners on first and second, no harm, no foul, as we now go for a scoreless mark here for the Astros. Again, 2 runs here for Team Iowa Select. And with that, we are going to head now to the top of inning number 5. But before we do, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that we have not only our conference previews, but we have a whole lot more in store for you. And if you want to go ahead and, again, if you want to be the one to help out in any way, shape, or form, we'd love to have you. As, again, we try and highlight the players, the coaches, and, of course, the umpires that make this great game possible here in the state of Iowa. So with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more here. Don't go anywhere on the Iowa Baseball Network.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
Back into the broadcast here as we will take you out here again with a good look here of the action here as we get rolling and ready again as we get rocking with another great inning here. Don't forget, as we continue to go, again, a 2-0 advantage here for Team Iowa Select, and we got a 3-2 full count here. That one slides in, and we got a runner going on to the base pass here for Team Iowa Select. Again, Tate Tierney getting the chance as he will roll on as we get more coming on up. Piero getting the chance to get to help out his own cause here once again. That one almost had him look to throw over to first. Not quite in time. Had to get back and out of danger there. But still we roll on here. 1-0 the count. One of those here where everybody has a really good arm no matter what you're looking at. So you got to be careful however you lay the stance. And that one will find its way into the upper end of the strike zone. Now we even it up here at 1 apiece. That one sent foul, and that will be out of play here. Now we're making it 1-2 the count. Again, Team Iowa Select poked across 1 run each in the 3rd and 4th innings of play. And now runner taking off here again. We're in the 5th inning of a 9-inning battle between the Astros and Team Iowa Select from Prospect Meadows here in Marion, Iowa. And we've been here several times, more so for the Strikeout the Stigma event that happens every year. The next pitch, that one in the dirt, but nicely stopped there behind the backstop. Nice job from the Astros. Again, behind the plate is Zartsky behind the plate, doing a good job keeping that one in front of him. 2-2 is our mark. And the runner is taken off. There will be a throw, but will it be in time? No, it will skate out and into the outfield it goes. A stolen base here credited to Team Iowa Select. Now with a handful of those on the game so far. In the meantime, the out is recorded, though, and Obermuller back up for the 3rd time here in this one. And Obermuller has reached base right off the bat here in the 1st inning. Also stole a base as well. So he's been a big part of the game so far, looking to add with only just 1 out. There's a runner on 2nd and a chance to do some more damage here. That one nicely done by the backstop, keeping it, but it now goes in favor here of the Select and Obermuller here. 1-0 the count. That pitch swung on, a healthy hack, but unable to connect there. Evens it up now at 1 apiece. Again, a little cool day here, wind just enough to make it a little bit cooler, but still baseball, a lot of fun being played here. And again, Team Iowa Select up against Team Ontario, the Astros, and now the dish. That one nicely job, a nice stop behind the plate. Again, We have Luca Lance. He is the pitcher right now for the Astros. He has a 2-1 count on the Iowa Select leadoff man, Obermuller. That one too far inside, starting to lose it now. 3-1 the count. That one, a nice strike up the middle, but unfortunately that one, oh, wait a minute. That one got away from him just a bit here, as now we have the chance, Iowa Select, to do some more damage here. Tierney up at the dish now with runners on the corners and just one out here. So after the error, a chance to do some more and add more. Already they've had 2 runs in 2 innings, trying to add 3 and 3. That one a little too low here. Again, from Prospect Meadows. What a game we have here in store. Again, we knew this would be one of a good duel. There's some really good pitching. Team Ontario has been highly touted, and again, has a lot of good talent here, good depth at this. Both teams do, really. So again, we're in for quite the treat here. Here's the 1-0 delivery. The runner taken off. There will be no throw. Another stolen base credited to Obermuller, his second of the day. And we might be having a little bit of a change here. Coach coming out onto the field. As we now have, it looks like the second balk of the game to advance the runners. And now we have not only a runner in third, but we have the third run of the game, it looks like. And that means that it's been 3 and 3 innings here for Iowa Select. So with a runner on third, chance to add even more. That one gets away, but there will be no throw. And Brady Weber up at the plate once more. Weber's reached on. That one's a nice bunt, and that eats him up a little bit. The throw not in time. What a play that was. Now that is how you do it. That's how you run that out perfectly. And now we're back to runners on the corners here. And with that, Drew Fillenworth, the Benton product, gets his chance to get up to the plate. And he has a prime opportunity, 1 down. There are runners on the corners and runner taken off. There will be a throw, but it will not be in time, as that will be safe. Yet another here. So 3 stolen bases for Iowa Select in the last 3 innings. And they've been very busy on the base pass, putting a lot of pressure on the Astros pitching. And that one a little bit in the dirt here. Fillenworth says, no, don't go yet. We have a good opportunity to do some more. Again, it's been 1 out for the last 3 batters and a chance to really add more onto this mark. Again, already 3-0, 2 of which have come via the balk and 1 via Francois single on the right side. So Iowa Select still finding ways to be productive, even if it's not necessarily with the hit column. One down, and now the delivery. That one swung on. That one gets away. There will be a run home, and Obermueller will cross the plate for the first time. And that will mean it is now a 4-0 ball game in favor of Team Iowa Select. So after 2 innings of 1 run each, it's now been 2 here in this half for Iowa Select as we keep on rolling here. And it'll be Nicky Gazowski up at the plate for his second time, trying to find his way onto the base pass with runners on the corners, and that's kind of been the theme of this inning. That one gets shot up, and that will be playable. Well, no, just kidding. That one just sails outside of the netting here, and that just adds a strike to the count. Again, appreciate you coming along for the ride here, and which is a fun one so far here from Prospect Meadows Perfect Game Field. If you're around, hey, it may be a little bit chilly one, but it's still a fun time to come out here and check out what's going on. Team Ontario, the Astros up against Iowa Select here. And man, what a good crop of guys this is. It's a fun lineup that you'd want to watch every single day if you could. That one dialed too far low and inside here. And now we bring up 2-1 the count with runners on the corners. And now the pitch, that one sailing just enough in the zone. It catches enough of the plate on the outer edge. Here evens now the count. And something that the Astros really need is an out right here. They've already surrendered 2 runs in the inning, now make it a 4-0 lead for Iowa Select. That one, a slow roller out there to short. The pitch to second is in time. And that'll grab the runner at second, a fielder's choice. But in the meantime, more action had as Iowa Select continues to put some pressure onto the base pass, not just with the bats, but again, several stolen bases now on the game. We'll see if Fillenworth is feeling lucky like he could catch that, but right now I think they're going to try and continue on with already 3 runs home and a 5-0 lead here for Team Iowa Select. And top half of inning number 5 out of 9. That one a nice dart, but unfortunately stays too far foul. 1 the count here. Again, for round 6 batters, we've had runners on first and third, and it's paid dividends in several ways here. Iowa Select has scored in the 3rd, 4th, and now 5th innings, as they lead this one blanking team Ontario 5-0. Calling for time here again on at the plate. Jake Miller, he's already found his way onto the base pass once here in this one, looking for hit number 2. And the 1-2 count. That one swung on, unable to connect with that one, as that will gain out number 3 just like that. And hey, not before Iowa Select managed 3 runs in the inning. They now lead this one 5-0. And we'll be back after this right here on the IA Baseball Network.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. UnitedBaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com to find an RDA advisor near you. RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to roll on. It is now the bottom half of inning number 5. Again, 9 innings as we go through here. And as always, don't forget that we have some more action for you in the coming weeks as IA Baseball will have our conference previews, taking a look at what these conferences may bring. Every year is a different challenge, of course, but a lot of fun in the process. And that one is swung on and could not connect on that one. You could tell Zios not too happy with that. Continue on here. Iowa Select again with a 5-0 advantage. And Fody Rigopoulos on the mound trying to get off to a really good start as much as he has with the bat. Again, the University of Illinois commit has been strong as always. And I got to tell you, it's fun watching not only what he does with Waller, but he's done a pretty good job here today. He's had a strong hit. That one, chopper to the right side. Nice pick, a nice fire. Nicely done there. And again, Weber with a good shot out there at second base to secure out number 1. Now strike in there as we take a look here, and at the plate, number 54. And it's Caden Miller, again, one of the extra hitters here in this ball game. Strike 2, nicely done from Rigopoulos, down and a little bit away. And once again, as always, this is brought to you by the great folks at Victory Mounds as well. Make sure to check out Victory Mounds there. That one's a chopper out there, but that'll be deemed foul before it goes anywhere. Again, from Prospect Meadows, what a battle we have here today. Team Iowa Select is battling Team Ontario here in a 9-inning battle so far. 5 runs crossed for Iowa Select. Still blank on the scoreboard here for Team Ontario. That one a little bit too far inside. Miller ducking out of danger. And already 1 down here in this one. Now the pitch, that one connects there on the outer edge, and waiting for that third strike, it came. And now we have 2 quick outs here. As up next, we continue on again. Rigopolis will now take on Shakespeare in his first time up at the plate for Team Ontario. And the look, the dial, that one, a nice 2-seamer finding its way back into the zone. Tricked him a bit. 0-1 now the count. And now from the 0-1, that one tried to find the inside corner, but too far or too low, 2 away, something like that. Now we even it up at 1 apiece. Again, Team Iowa Select scored back in the third on a single to the right side on an RBI single. And then 2 runs following that were balks from runner on third that managed to get to the plate. And, of course, adding 1 more run onto that part as well via the wild pitch gives us a 5-0 advantage. Again, it has been the last 3 straight innings, at least 1 run here for Iowa Select. Team Ontario still without a run. That one fouled back. And now the 1-2 delivery. That one just sailed a bit outside on him, evens it up here at 2 apiece. Again, rain a little bit early on, but so far has stayed away as we continue now into the bottom of inning number 5 of this 9-inning battle. That one, a little chopper out there. That will be a foul ball, so we continue on with the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count here. We look at Rigopolis trying to connect on a second strikeout here. Here the look to fire, and that one sails a little too far outside. And full count with 2 down, nobody on. And aside from the first couple innings of the game, Team Ontario having a little trouble getting onto the base paths. But as I say that, they draw yet another walk, their 3rd of the game. And Rigopolis trying to shut this down here as we now look and continue on with Team Ontario. And Samuel Tetley is now up for his 3rd appearance. Runner on first. 2 down now. Throw over trying to keep him honest, but that'll be no go. And that one is a chopper to the right side. Nice pick, a nice fire. That will do it. And that's all she wrote for the bottom half of inning number 5. Some great defense here. Great pitching by Rigopolis. And that is how we end 5 innings worth of play. It is still a 5-0 game as we come. And we'll hit up the top of inning number 6 when we return. Same hurler on the mound for Team Ontario right after this here on the Iowa Baseball Network.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it here as we have more from Perfect Game Field in Marion, Iowa, part of Prospect Meadows. And we talked about a lot of the staff that makes Perfect Game the way it is, especially here in Iowa. And we've got Tyler here hopping on with us as I take a look. And Tyler, once again, thanks again for joining us, and thanks again for taking the time here.
No, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Obviously, just getting the Canadians out here and having some of the best that we have in the 25 and 26 classes.
Yeah.
Something to offer. Obviously, wish we had some better weather here, but it's
Yeah.
Iowa and we're playing baseball, so I guess we can't complain too much. I was talking to the Ontario guys earlier today and told them the same thing. I'm like, well, I guess this isn't exactly what you were looking for, but they said the same thing. We're playing baseball today, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters. So should be, good weekend for them. And they're bringing a couple guys out each weekend, so or
Yep.
a couple teams out each weekend. So it'll be good competition, and nice for them to see some of what Iowa has to offer.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And one of the things I love is that you get that international flair a little bit here, and you get teams that you just don't see everywhere else in the whole spectrum of things. So, and a lot of these guys, they seem to be well prepared once they get to the high school season, which for us, Tyler, is a huge thing. We love that part. But how big has it been? I know that Perfect Game has been pushing this for a long time, but how big is it to get these guys that, again, from all, not just across the country, but even, of course, across the border?
It's honestly huge. I actually am kind of like our resident Canada guy, so I actually
There you
go up and
go.
see these guys all the time. So they play in a little 6-team league up in Ontario, and I go up there all the time to see the CPBL, and it's been awesome to see some of these guys
Yeah.
kind of really take some steps forward, and when they come to our stuff, really be able to show things and make it to national events, get to some of our showcases, and get
Mhm.
seen at the highest level. And I think that's kind of a testament to what we can do as a company with PG, just not just here in the state of Iowa, but all over. I mean, at the end of the day, we're giving these guys opportunities to show what they're made of, show what they have to offer, and I think it's just been really cool, especially with the Canadian side of things. Just we've really expanded that over the few years that I've
Yeah.
been around with it, and getting guys. I mean, hey, we got a team that came out to Iowa to play against some spring league guys, and I think that's huge and really shows that we're doing a good job, showcasing these kids, really giving them the exposure and getting them in touch with colleges, getting them in touch with
Yep.
routes to get to the next level, and whether that's the draft, going through pro ball, or if it's going to college first, then getting drafted, or just
Mhm.
giving them that opportunity to continue to pursue baseball. It's been a big deal, and I think it's really kind of been on the rise lately. And like I said, just this past year, especially, just getting more Canadian guys out to the national showcases, and heck, even guys in the Midwest. I'm a
Yeah.
big proponent of Midwest baseball.
Midwest
and so-
guys, I
yeah,
like it.
Just getting guys from these cold weather states down to some of our bigger stuff is always nice to see them come full circle. I mean, it's cold up here, and nobody seems
Yeah.
to really care too much about us. So when these guys come out and show their stuff that deserve it, it's good to get them out and get them seen at the highest level.
Oh man, and it sure again just adds a whole nother level to this whole thing. It really adds, and not just that, but legitimacy to it all. And it just, when you take a look at it here, I have always been a big proponent as that is shot to the third and across the diamond it goes. but no go on that one. That one gets away. And, of course, Iowa Select with yet another runner onto the base pass. Every inning they've had that so far, and it just shows. But I want to talk on the facilities that you got here. We've been out here a couple times, and every time it is just an awe about what you have here. The perfect setup. It seems like it is just, if you're a baseball lover, this is kind of the dream.
Oh, 100%. I mean, we got, 8 fields, 2 quads. I mean, there's nothing better with the scout tower setup that we have. So, makes the staff's job really easy. You can kind of see everything at once going on. And, from a spectator point of view, I know the parents seem to like it. There's, foul balls always flying around. It's a little bit tough, but for the most part, it's just, it's a really nice setup. I mean, every field kind of looks like that Field of Dreams, picturesque type thing with the corn out behind you in the summer. So it always makes it look really nice. And I think for everybody that comes out, they really enjoy it. We get the teams that come in from Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, just all the surrounding states, and I know everybody seems to like it. We get a lot of familiar faces, a lot of people that come back, and I mean the facilities are great, and everybody takes care of it. With the stuff that the Colonels do for us too, as well, just kind of taking care of everybody, just makes things work really well for us, I think.
Yeah, and you talk about that connection too. Having connection not just with teams outside the state, but the Colonels, as you mentioned. Really, first off, what's the extent of all of those connections that you have here, and obviously it seems like it passes down to all these guys here at the high school level, and they get just another added value when it comes to what a perfect game provides.
Definitely. So the Colonels connection is definitely a lot more with the facilities themselves. Just they sponsor Prospect Meadows.
Yeah.
And a lot of their their time and money does go into the facilities and stuff like that. And I mean, it certainly shows. And obviously the concessions are kind of like big league concession stands. So that's kind of a nice part too when you're out here for long days. But when it comes to the players themselves too, like it gives them a chance to kind of play in some of the bigger events for the guys that come out into the fall stuff, especially a lot of the Iowa guys once their high school stuff is done. They'll come out and play fall ball with us, and we do a big tournament where we do it with the Colonels Foundation. So that's one of the big ones that we have, and the winner actually gets to go down to Jupiter, which is like our biggest highest level tournament. That's the big one there. So whoever wins that gets to go down to Jupiter. So we get a lot of teams in, not just from Iowa, from all over for that weekend, and I think that one, the Colonels do a really good job with us, kind of working with us. We get to play some of the games at their stadium as well. So we played the semis and championship last year out there. So it's a really cool experience for the kids to get out and play in a minor league park and, just give them that experience and that big, stadium feel and stuff like that. So I think for them, that's kind of been the big draw. And I think they've done a lot for us too, just, in my time here. I think it's been a certainly worthy connection.
Yeah, man. And you can't think enough of all those connections go a long way. Certainly it's got to be fun, but as we sit here, 5-0 Iowa Select up over Team Ontario, the Astros, and you look at this, and man, this squad that we have here, you mentioned it. There's got a lot of guys who obviously will be top dogs or close on their squads, and you look at this, and not only battling a little bit of the weather here, but Team Ontario is certainly no joke. And when you look at the fact that it's a 5-0 lead. That's got to speak volumes to what this class is able to do. And again, we've heard a lot from this class about this class and what they're able to produce. And already we're seeing a little bit.
They're extremely strong in Iowa, especially the 26s. They're really going to make some noise, whether it's at the college level or even at the pro level. There's so many guys there, and not even the ones that are committed to. There's a lot of uncommitted guys that I really think are going to find a home at the next level and, be top dog type guys and be that top tier of talent. Whether it's the guys that go JUCO, those guys that may find a home for 2 years and then end up somewhere bigger, the guys that are going to find a D1 late. There's a lot of talent throughout the state, from the top of the rankings all the way down to the bottom. And I mean, even some of the guys that Travis has. I mean, we're going to see Drew Sullivan here. He's kind of been one of those guys that really just picked up pitching. Basketball player from Dubuque for the most part, from what I've been told. He's a basketball player out of Dubuque, basically, but turns out he can pitch a little bit too. We'll get to see him, and he's taken some really good steps forward. The first guy that threw for them, William Piero, he's another one of those guys that he was uncommitted. I think it was last summer. Now he's committed to St. Thomas, and he's like up to 94, 95 now. So he's 94 today. So there's a lot to like, especially with 25s and 26s. And I think that just this squad has a lot of guys, whether the ones who are committed or not, that are definitely going to make noise at the next level.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And again, what Perfect Game provides here a chance and as well. And it's not just what we have here. One thing I do appreciate is when we have these spring leagues and you get a lot of colleges able to come out or to at least take a little bit of a look here. They get to see a lot of polished product, but you guys do more than obviously just the games. There's a lot more work behind that not only you do, but you allow for the players as well, and just a lot of things behind the scenes that in the end we don't get to see, but we get the polished product at the end.
For sure, there's certainly a lot that goes into it. It's been a I always say every day I go to the park, I see something new. Whether it's work related on the technological side, like running cameras, cutting video certain ways, scouting, just sitting there, writing notes and stuff like that, or just what's happening on the field. Just as someone growing up around the game, I feel like you see something different every single day I come to the yard.
Well, and we love that. Again, we don't want the same every time, right?
Exactly. Cookie cutter's boring. You like when you see something different, right?
There you go. Well, Tyler, hey man, appreciate it. I know that there is again a lot more to get to, and of course a lot more game yet to get to here. But appreciate you taking the time, and thanks for what you do.
Awesome, thank you, appreciate it.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, as we go through, make sure to give Perfect Game a big shout out as well, and as always. Make sure to catch up with Prospect Meadows, and what a great field, what a great facility, I should say this is, and a change.
United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor IABaseball.com. Please visit RDAFN.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, inside the broadcast. As always, hey, thanks for tuning in. We got Troyer up now at the plate here for the team, for the Astros and Team Ontario, as we continue to rock and roll here. As always, give us your thoughts, likes, more, and everything in between, as we not only will give you this, but more great broadcasts as we roll throughout the season coming on up. Again, we're just around a month away from game action going on here. Again, beginning of May is when we'll start seeing practices up on, and a strikeout now nicely put for Drew Sullivan. Prairie Product doing some good work here, and now we get a strikeout here. And now hitting up near double digits on the day. Great pitching overall from Team Iowa Select. As now Sullivan with the dish here again. Sullivan more known as a basketball guy. Again, you can see the height there, but mainly looked at as a basketball guy that has really started to pick up a lot when it comes to baseball. And as you can tell already, good work here in the early goings of this at bat. He already has a strikeout and now an 0-2 count. And a nice backdoor breaking into the zone, high and away, and that will set down another Astro. Talk about making an impact. Certainly came in near that. Hirschman is now down on strikes, and we continue on with now 2 down here in the inning. 2 quick outs, I should say. Again, a 5-0 advantage here for Team Iowa Select, and boy, again, off to the races. Once again, is Sullivan. That one, though, too far low and away. Again, Xavier Santoon is the batter getting his first chance to get up there. And already he's down in a little bit of a hole here, even at 1-1. Already 2 quick strikeouts. The wind whipping just a little bit more now than we did when we started the game, but hey, still a lot of fun. We're still playing baseball in April, and as Tyler said, that's for a lot of us here, that is all that we care about. playing some baseball here. Now the pitch, that one wisely laid off here, and that one brings it even 2-2. Again, any thoughts? If you've ever wanted to join in and do a little bit of this, let us know. Hit us up, iabaseball1@gmail.com. We'll be able to go ahead and help you out there. And, of course, any thoughts, any scores, any highlights, anything throughout the season, as that's the first walk drawn here by Sullivan. Any kind of information, tidbit, highlights, more, send it to us. Hit us up on socials or, of course, that Gmail account, iabaseball1@gmail.com. As now, once again, all but 2 innings, we have had at least some action going here for Team Ontario. As up to the plate is Alex Tassopoulos, the shortstop. Been around the diamond here. And a high pitch there, just a bit off, not connected there. And so, again, another strike thrown here by Sullivan. Again, we've had a lot of good things coming out of the product here. He sails it too far inside. High 80s in that pitch, so he's got some good talent, got some good arm length to there. And he really, as I have heard from him, does a good job of going downhill with his pitches. That one sailed outside. Again, another 86-mile-an-hour shot for the strikeout and make that 3 Ks. Sullivan making the biggest impact he possibly can. He draws a walk, but in the end, 3 strikeouts. It limits any damage from happening. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, here now we continue to rock. It'll be the top half of a new inning when we come back. 5-0 Iowa Select. Keep on rocking here. Don't go anywhere. We've got more right here at the IA Baseball Network.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of iabaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor iabaseball.com. Please visit rdafn.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
Hey everybody, there is something big out there for all you softball and baseball fans, coaches, players, and more. It's called Victory Mounds. That's right, from portable pitching mounds, field products, and field services trusted to use by both coaches and players alike, there's a whole lot to love. Mike Donahoe, who's in charge of products and equipment, makes sure it is nothing short of premium quality. Plus, Craig Allison, who's the national sales executive, is one of those journeymen who just knows baseball back and forward, can do it in his sleep, can eat, live, breathe it. He's got it all. And of course, Rush Niggett has been there. He's seen what's worked at high school fields, what worked at college fields, what doesn't work at any field. He has got it all. All 3 of them are journeymen who know what to look for. So make sure you check them out today at victorymounds.com. And hey, oh, by the way, if you mention that you heard them on our broadcast, you could earn a free assessment on the playability of your field. That's right, they'll come out, check it out, and see how playable it is and beyond. They'll help you get your field to the next level. That's right, they've got everything and every question answered. That's right, from pitching mounts to pitching rubbers, home plate, and beyond. They've got it all. And all you have to do is check out victorymounds.com. Every question is answered right on their Q&A section, so make sure to check that out today. And hey, make sure to have it a great day with Victory Mounds. Gentlemen, here as we get set and rolling here, a strikeout here for Team Ontario. And again, something that you, as if you're a fan of Team Ontario, you're pitching in. You have Krupka on the mound for his first action here in this one. And Hero gets set down on strikes here. Bringing up the top of the order once again here for the Iowa Select squad. And Drake Obermuller, who has reached base a couple times here in this one, has 2 stolen bases to his credit. And, man, this is one of those typical leadoff hitters that finds his way on, finds damage, and does what he can from where he can. So, again, this is one that's fun. The Iowa City product obviously knows, and he's had a lot of eyes on him as he has gone through his recruiting process as well. And so, I mean, again, that's what you're going to get to see with a lot of these guys here in this one. And that one, a little chopper out there to third. The pick and nicely fired. Nicely done out there at third. As Krupka gets a good assist from the defensive side of things. The chopper left side now brings up Weber to the plate. Weber's been busy here. Great fielding player as well. It also gets a chance, has had some good action here with the bat. He gets a first pitch in there for a strike. And again, with 1 out here now, an 0-1 count. Haven't had too many deep counts against him as Weber today, so at least he's been able to keep ahead of things. That one is a chopper left side. The pick and the fire across the diamond it goes. And you got to, again, you see a lot of the talent that's on display here. Some great defense as that goes for out number 3. And so despite the last 3 innings for Iowa Select, they go quiet here in this one. And now we're going to go ahead to the bottom half of the inning. Again, we are playing 9, so we get more chances coming on up right after this, as we have Dash Shortway coming on up here, getting the chance to do some pitching for Iowa Select right after this, right here on the Iowa Baseball Network. Hey, everybody, there is something big out there for all you softball and baseball fans, coaches, players, and more. It's called Victory Mounds. That's right, from portable pitching mounds, field products, and field services trusted to use by both coaches and players alike, there's a whole lot to love. Mike Donahoe, who's in charge of products and equipment, makes sure it is nothing short of premium quality. Plus, Craig Allison, who's the national sales executive, is one of those journeymen who just knows baseball back and forward, can do it in his sleep, can eat, live, breathe it. He's got it all. And of course, Rush Niggett has been there. He's seen what's worked at high school fields, what worked at college fields, what doesn't work at any field. He has got it all. All 3 of them are journeymen who know what to look for. So make sure you check them out today at victorymounds.com. And hey, oh, by the way, if you mention that you heard them on our broadcast, you could earn a free assessment on the playability of your field. That's right. They'll come out, check it out, and see how playable it is and beyond. They'll help you get your field to the next level. That's right. They've got everything and every question answered. That's right. From pitching mounts to pitching rubbers, home plate, and beyond. They've got it all. And all you have to do is check out victorymounds.com. Every question is answered right on their Q&A section, so make sure to check that out today. And hey, make sure to have it a great day with Victory Mounds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, Dash Shortway up at on the mound here for Iowa Select, the DMAC commit, looking to try and keep what has been a good game so far, 5-0. The advantage here for Iowa Select as they keep rolling really strong here. And again, Shortway, again, a DMAC commit, getting the chance to do some work here. Again, in the bottom half of the inning, we roll. Inning number 7 on the mark. Again, it's been all Iowa Select on the scoreboard. 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings have been the scoring innings. There have been 2 balks to bring home 2 runs. Other than that, it's again started with a sharp single into the right side that brought home 1 run in that 3rd inning here from Francois. And then, of course, from there on out, another run. Again, 2 straight runs after that balked in. And then a couple of more manufactured runs. Iowa Select making it work here, whether it's be a pass ball, whether it be an error, it doesn't matter. This team continually, again, as we talk with Tyler, has brought some good, really a lot of strong play to the field. And the 2-2 count, that one shot onto the right side. A little bit of a foot race, not too much, but nicely done out there on the right side as Fillenworth will pick up the out. His 3rd time he's had a play like that. Again, beats the runner to the bag for out number 1. Again, as we mentioned, Shortway, the DMAC commit, getting the chance to showcase his stuff here in the Spring League. And now he's going up against number 11, DeCellis, trying to get his team on the board, or at least that process started anyway. They haven't had a runner in scoring position the last few innings, and it's been kind of as we've gotten deeper into the game, the bullpen, the more the depth that we see out of this Iowa Select squad starting to take its toll here. As that one fired in there, and now we go from 2 strikes to 3 and 2 outs now. So nicely done. Again, coming on in there, it's always tough to just jump into the game like that, but nonetheless, we see that done kind of to perfection at this point, as Krinsky now up at the plate here for the Astros of Team Ontario. Well, 74 on the radar gun there, a high heater, but in the end, 1-0 the count here. Wind whipping left to right on your radio dial. That was a good bender there, high 60s bender. And again, unfortunately not falling in to the zone there. Again, 5-0 is the advantage. That's a hot shot left side. Coach having to watch that one go and be careful. One strike count here. Excuse me, 2 strike count, 1-2. That one tried to bait him up high and away, but that's all for naught. And the 2-2 delivery, that one tried to paint that outside corner, maybe even backdoored a little bit, but couldn't find that. We bring it now full. Again, trying to get something more. It's been at least 3, if not more, 3 or 4 innings since the last time Team Ontario had a runner in scoring position. And, you know, as it started out, the game started out kind of in favor of Team Ontario through the first 2 innings, but again, not enough to really push across a run. And as we still go here, they've been blanked up to this point so far, and now they draw a walk, 6th walk on the game so far for Iowa Select pitching. But in the end, it has not come back to hurt them or bite them yet. So with a runner on first, shortly trying to get out of this one here. He does have 2 outs, so a lot of wiggle room to work with anyway. As Zyros now, the extra hitter, coming back up to the plate. And he'll shoot that one back. Here a quick 0-1 count. Again, more game broadcasts coming on up as we go throughout the season. And, of course, we'll love to get more of these games rocking as well. But, of course, it's not just game broadcasts that you'll be able to see. You'll be able to catch out on some good highlight reels, photos, and more as we continue on. And there's more coming out from this later as we go through. That one couldn't find the zone. That makes it even 1-1. So, again, a walk so far in this inning with 2 down, though, has given a little bit of life here for the Astros. That one too far in off the shoe tops here brings it 2-1. We will also be broadcasting in Wahlert, or in Dubuque, Dubuque Wahlert against Xavier will be our opening game broadcast. The doubleheader there, which will prove to be, again, two of some of the premier teams in the state. And again, it's a great way to kick off the action here. So if you're looking for a couple games here, we got you covered. Opening day of the high school baseball season will be battling it out between Dubuque Wahlert and Xavier. A nice swing through, but a little bit under that one. So Shortway gets his first K of the game, and he gets a chance to get out of this one and does. Strike number 3 has out number 3. And despite some action onto the base pass, it's all for naught yet again for Team Ontario. And still a 5-0 advantage for the Team Iowa Select. And with that, we're going to be back after this as we get going deep into the innings now. 8 coming on up right after this. Hey everybody, there is something big out there for all you softball and baseball fans, coaches, players, and more. It's called Victory Mounds. That's right, from portable pitching mounds, field products, and field services trusted to use by both coaches and players alike, there's a whole lot to love. Mike Donahoe, who's in charge of products and equipment, makes sure it is nothing short of premium quality. Plus, Craig Allison, who's the national sales executive, is one of those journeymen who just knows baseball back and forward, can do it in his sleep, can eat, live, breathe it. He's got it all. And of course, Rush Niggett has been there. He's seen what's worked at high school fields, what worked at college fields, what doesn't work at any field. He has got it all. All 3 of them are journeymen who know what to look for. So make sure you check them out today at victorymounds.com. And hey, oh, by the way, if you mention that you heard them on our broadcast, you could earn a free assessment on the playability of your field. That's right, they'll come out, check it out, and see how playable it is and beyond. They'll help you get your field to the next level. That's right, they've got everything and every question answered. That's right, from pitching mounts to pitching rubbers, home plate, and beyond. They've got it all. And all you have to do is check out victorymounds.com. Every question is answered right on their Q&A section, so make sure to check that out today. And hey, make sure to have it a great day with Victory Mounds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back here as we get set and ready here. A new inning is upon us. 8 here. Again, 5-0 advantage for Iowa Select. Ontario still trying to find their way into the scoreboard. Iowa commit Xavier Perez is up next here to start things off. And we look to have a new pitcher on the way here for Team Ontario. As we take a look, that is Luke Lance, who has already had some action in the field here and a couple at bats. He gets a chance to try his stuff out on the mound here. Again, he is looking to try and limit any damage right now, as he is trying to keep this squad at a 5-0 disadvantage. But again, Iowa commit Xavier Perez stepping on up to the plate. He's been busy. He's had some really good at bats so far in this game, and we got the chance to see him a little bit as a Storman Pointer last year for CPU, and again, what a year that squad had overall. Is that one too far low and away? That was Dean Ball 1. And again, as always, if you're looking for a whole lot more than what just the broadcast, man, I urge you to check out what we have going on across social media, of course, from different stat leaders and beyond. And of course, as mentioned, down the road here, conference previews are looming large here for us, as well as, again, more look at individual players and beyond. So a lot more content on the way. And as always, stick it right here. And of course, not only here at rockfin.com/iabaseball, and a whole lot more in store as we go throughout this season. So again, Perez with a 2-0, 2 balls, no strike count here at the pitch. That one had a sharp break to it. That one found its way on the inner third and laid off one for now a 2-1 count. Again, we're just starting off the inning, and normally we would be done, but again, this is one of those really cool outings where we get the chance to have extra innings, as we would say in the high school world here. But again, one of the great events that we get to be a part of here, and want to thank everybody here, from Tyler to Travis and everybody, for making this possible, getting us, asking us out here. And so always something we plan to do, not just this year, but as we go throughout years in the future. And so really excited to be doing this, and really excited that you can come along here with us as that one goes in for the strike. And you could tell that Perez not really a fan of that one. He started off with a pretty good count, 2-0, and now it's been drawn full. And now from the look here, we'll fire that one. Tried to backdoor the curve here, the slider, excuse me, unable to connect on that. And Perez finds his way onto the base pass here for one of the first times in this one. Again, Perez has got some speed to him. We'll see where that ends up here. As again, we're just starting things out in the top half of inning number 8. And again, up now, Nick Kozlowski up at the dish here. That one gets away. And now Perez quickly scooting on over to second base. Will have a chance. Another runner in scoring position here. It's been a couple innings for the Iowa Select, but we get back to it. Again, this squad has been early in the middle innings very active. Again, 1 run in the third, 1 in the fourth, 3 runs, which has helped to break it open in the 5th inning of play. There have been 2 balks to bring home runs. There is, again, it started off with an RBI single out of the 2-hole here for Iowa Select. So, yeah, early offense here for Iowa Select has given them this 5-0 advantage. And the look to fire the breaker, 2 far outs there, so 2 consecutive pitches has sent Xavier Perez across the diamond here. Again, Klazensky again up at the plate here for the 3rd time in this one. And 2-0 the count. Again, games going all around here. If you get the chance, man, I urge you, as that one is what he was looking for right there. That one broke in off the plate and found its way in there for a strike here, and as we now have a 2-1 count. Runner on third. Nobody out yet in this inning. Top half of the 8th. That one, he tried to connect on that one, guessed a little bit, and now brings it even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the season practices started to begin the first couple days of May here for Iowa high school ball. As that one is swung on but dropped. Got to connect on the drop third strike. And they do. Xavier Perez coming on home, and he's safe. What a play. What a heads-up look. And you could tell the speed that Iowa was really excited about as Xavier Perez scores run number 6 on the day for Iowa Select. Again, 6-0 ball game here. It's been 2 innings since the Iowa Select last scored, but back at it here. There is a run, it is one down, and we get the chance to continue on here with this one. That one broke just outside, too far away in that one. As again, Cale Kluver is now up at the plate here for Iowa Select, getting his first chance here in this one. On deck is Maddox Mueller. The 1-0 mark looked at here. Now we have, as we have from Prospect Meadows, this is Perfect Game Field. And again, 2-0 the count here with already 1 run have come home. Again, Xavier Perez, Iowa commit walked, and then 2 straight wild pitches sent him to third. And then on the drop third strike, throw over to first, manages to steal all the way home. And some good excitement there once again as Iowa Select a 6-0 advantage here. And a chance to add more onto the base pass here with a conversation from the Astros. Cale Kluver, and uncommitted mark here. Again, he's known primarily as a right-handed pitcher, but he's getting a chance to do some batting here today in this one. And with that, he draws a 3-0 count, full 4 balls, no strikes. And we have yet another runner onto the base paths. Again, Maddox Mueller back up at the plate. Again, another uncommitted, but top 500 ranking here for him, according to Perfect Game. He looks at ball 1 to start his next at bat. Again, runner on first, 1-0 count. 6-0 is the advantage here. 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, and now 1 in this top half of the eighth. That one ball nicely done behind the disc there to stop it from going anywhere else. But in the meantime, 2-0 is the count. Again, from the wonderful venue that is Prospect Meadows here in Marion, Iowa. Man, this has been a fun game to watch. And, it just gets you itching for the game, and certainly something that we looked as trying to add to the arsenal of what we're going to go ahead and bring you as part of the Iowa Baseball Network and the Iowa Sports Network as well. And once again, if anybody wants to dive into whether it's broadcasting or just simply covering games in any capacity, man, we would love to have you as well. Whatever you would like to do, we would love to have you. So if you're a passionate person that's passionate about baseball, basketball, football, softball, track, it doesn't matter. We've got you covered, and we would love to have you join the squad. That one couldn't quite find the zone here. Now we go from this 2-strike count when we bring it full at 3-2. And Mueller uncommitted, but again, right in the top 500, which again, a big mark to be in from the Perfect Game rankings. So from a 3-2 count, the delivery, that one too far inside, and that will put now runners on first and second here, and more action. And one thing we started to see is just as much patience at the plate when it comes to this squad. But it does seem as though we might be getting a new hurler on the mound as coach coming out to talk with him. And coming up next would be Tucker Long, the extra hitter, one of several. Again, in this format, you do have several extra hitters in the lineup as it does go 11 deep overall. And yes, we will indeed have a new pitcher here ready to go. As once again, we're going to say goodbye here to Luke Lance, who had kind of a little bit of a control, the hard time control wise, but in the end, certainly did seem to have a good break to the breaker in there, good bite, I should say, to the breaking ball. Just location was trying the troublesome part of all of this, as he did issue a few walks, and again, some wild pitches has helped to turn things around. But now, as we look through, we will have Mr. Zayas, Duke Zayas, on the mound, and he gets his first time to hurl the ball here in this one. Again, this is Team Ontario, who has come from north of the border to go ahead and battle Team Iowa Select here, 2025-2026 group. And again, from Prospect Meadows, perfect game field here in Marion, Iowa. Man, always fun when we get the chance to be here. Again, great facility. And again, if you get the chance here and you're just a baseball fan, well, we will also be a part of the Strike Out the Stigma event. And we'll look to cover that for a third straight year. And as always, a chance where we get to catch up on Iowa high school guys and kind of a cool setting. And again, Nikki Freese and company do a fantastic job when it comes to that. And as always, if you, again, please, I urge you to give where you can, your time, money, efforts, whatever the case may be. Certainly a great event like that. And again, it's multiple day event, as you know, and a chance where you get in touch with some guys like Ben Zobrist last year, who we get the chance to have on our show, and really fun time. That's a nice little shot there. Slow roller out there to third, but absolutely nothing can be done there. And, you know, just when you think Tucker Long has shown you all, he shows you yet another element of his game as he lays down a small one there and gets the hit, as that ended up in no man's land. And, you know, in the end, that's just recognizing where your guy, recognizing the defense and where they're at. So the Ole Miss commit gets on as we continue here. A wild pitch, and now we get a runner coming on home. The tag is applied in time. And unfortunately, no run crossing the plate there, as Tucker Long does manage to get to second, but not a seventh run. Iowa Select still looking for that here. So the wild pitch does not come to bite the Astros of Team Ontario. Fody Rigopoulos back up. Last time we saw him with the bat, he managed to strike a nice single out there into center. And he has a chance to do quite a bit of damage here, should he be able to connect. But in the end, there are two outs with this 2-0 count. That one gets away, and another shot at the plate for Iowa Select. The tag is not in time. A nice slide in there from Sullivan, and there is run number 7, as it is now being broken even more wide open here for Team Iowa Select. So again, a runner now on third here. 2 runs have come home in the inning. Both have been on wild pitches. 3 attempts total. And the 2-0 count, that one sails too far outside. And now we bring it 3-0, and a chance for Fody Rigopoulos, regardless, to have a positive outcome here in this at-bat as well. Really, really cool to see right now, again, what these two classes have continued to produce in terms of great talent, as Rigopoulos gets ball 4 and walks. But again, you have a University of Illinois commit right now on first base, Ole Miss commit on third, and Xavier Perez, the Iowa commit, coming around to score as 1 and 2 runs here in the inning. And man, this has just been, again, a continual good production here. Brady Weber now up at the plate. That one a little high and tight, a little duck out of danger situation there. Ball one. Weber committed to, of course, one of the best coach Twitter handles I've ever seen, Stin to Win, and out there at Southeastern there. Again, the Blackhawks will be getting quite the talent here, and Weber as he gets to the collegiate ranks, but not just yet, as he's dipping out of danger yet again there for his 2-1 count. Again, Coach Schulte, as always, a fun guy to talk to. If you ever get the chance to just have a baseball conversation with him, it's always fun, and we always enjoy it. And now another one gets away. This time, Tucker Long will slide in there without a tag and make it 8-0. Iowa Select up on top. So right now we're kind of playing station-to-station baseball here. The third run via pass ball in this game. And, of course, added another run onto the board here. 3 in the inning for Iowa Select. And now that one getting away. And now the runner moving over to third as well. So, again, this is, like I said, turning out to be station-to-station baseball via the pass ball. And again, from a 2-1 count one, we draw it full 3-2. Team Ontario looking to get the last strike so they can get the last out of the inning and stop the bleeding. That one gets shot right side. A nice pickup from the second baseman and a little hurdle over there to first for out number 3. But not before Iowa Select picks up 3 more runs. And now they have broken this one open by an 8-0 margin. And it's going to be quite a long haul work for Team Ontario when they get back. And we'll be back right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
Calling all electric fence owners out there, have you ever dreamt of not shocking yourself to test if your fence is working? Have you ever dreamt of not having so much bulky equipment or grounding everything? Well, hey, I'm here to tell you that dream is now a reality thanks to Insulights. Insulights is the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It really is simplicity at its finest. Here's the deal. It can go onto almost any type of post out there. And again, once you pick place and run the wire right on over it, all you have to do is watch. If there's no flash, there's no pulse, because Insulights goes with the pulse of the fence. It's that easy, that simple. No light, no pulse. You can help pinpoint where the problem is occurring with the help of Insulights. It's as simple whether it's a garden or a larger operation. I urge you to check them out today at Insulights.com. And you can know your fence is working from the comfort of your car or even the comfort of your own home. Let's face it, you've got plenty of other things to do than check your electric fence. Let Insulights help you out and give you peace of mind today, and give them a shout out at Insulights.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back as we get bottom of inning number 8, rocking and rolling here. And as always, appreciate you coming along for the ride. I am Andrew Brown helping you through as we now have Drake Obermueller on the mound here and helping us out for the Iowa Select. And, you know, you say one Obermueller, you have to say the other. And again, the Iowa Hawkeyes, part of Cade Obermueller's start here for Iowa Hawkeye baseball. They had quite the game as well, had quite the day overall. And again, as they continue to produce what is really been a good streak for them, Obermueller is the first Hawkeye to throw a complete game, in this case 7 innings, since Drew Irvine against Rutgers April 17, 2021, as Iowa runs the distance. Again, Cade Obermueller, 12 strikeouts overall, 1 hit allowed, 1 walk allowed. Iowa ends up routing Northwestern 12-1 in there. And so, again, from one Obermueller to another, success continues as now we continue with Iowa Select here. And again, just like older brother, we get another strikeout here from another Obermueller. Drake picks up his first K of the game. And with the 1 down, that one struck right back up the middle and almost snagged by Obermueller, but that one just out of the reach. And that one is marks a rarity so far in the last 4 or 5 innings. There hasn't been a hit for Team Ontario since early on in this game. And even then, it's been limited quite severely. So one thing's for sure is that Iowa Select pitching has been on the ball, has been on their game, and it has been certainly a very, very fun game to watch if you're a big fan of defense. One runner on. Here's the pitch. That one finds the lower end of the strike zone just well enough, and that brings up a 1 strike count. Again, up at the plate right now, Samuel Tetley looking for his first strike of the ball game. Hasn't managed to make it onto the base pass just yet, but certainly would like the chance to do it here. Obermueller with the dish, and that one not finding the strike zone, too far low, too far out and away, as we continue on with, well, again, another inning here, bottom half of inning number 8 from the great Perfect Game Field, part of this great complex that is from Marion and Prospect Meadows. Again, games playing all around us here. That one too far inside, draws ball 4. And for the first time since early on in this one, at least the middle innings, you have Team Ontario with 2 runners on. Again, he couldn't have said that except from the first 3 innings of this game for the squad, which goes to show how well this pitching staff has been for Team Iowa Select. And now with 2 on, a nice swing, a healthy hack here, but unable to go through. That's what we've seen a lot from Drake Obermueller. In fact, an entire family, which is a great lineage, again, as we talked about, great pitching, great baseball lineage overall. And now the pitch, that one's shooting right back, from whence it came, back to the backstop, I should say. Again, up next is Blake Troyer. Blake Troyer batting right now here for Team Ontario. The Astros looking to get a run on the board here. Bottom of inning number 8. Obermueller trying the big breaker. That one gets away. And for the first time since the first 2 innings, a runner on third here for Team Ontario, and a chance that they haven't had, again, since the beginning of this ball game. Again, a lot of action going on here. This is one of many games that are going around us right now, and of course tomorrow as well. That one tried to fish out of that one, but could not. Another strikeout in the books here as we pass 15 on the game here for Iowa Select. And again, it's been fun to watch. And you get games like this where it's just fun to watch what goes on the mound. And again, the depth is very evident here, and it's on full display as Obermueller puts up another strike on another batter here. So a couple free passes have allowed runners on the base pass, and a pass ball gets them at second and third, but there are two down. And a chance to get out of this one if you're Team Iowa Select, for Team Ontario to try and get yourself on the board here. Hirschnan trying to get rolling here. He's up in the batter's box right now. The 1-1 count swung on, and that one sent back. Again, as always, appreciate you coming along for the ride here. Any thoughts more, let us know. That one also fouled on back. Again, we will kick off our broadcast schedule in the battle between Dubuque Wahlert and Xavier once we get games rolling here. Again, just around 1 month away from game action for the Iowa high school baseball season. And man, it really can't seemingly come fast enough, but certainly getting the chance to be invited out here to broadcast this is just immense. And we appreciate everybody who has made this happen. And again, everybody who makes Perfect Game run the way it does, especially in the state of Iowa. That one shot back and out of play. Again, a great facility here in Prospect Meadows. It always is a fun time. And, where I stand, I can watch and turn every which corner and find a great baseball action going on. The 2-2 count from Obermueller, and boom, there it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Another K from Drake Obermueller. What a day for the family in general as we keep on rocking here in Prospect Meadows, Marion, and it continues on as we have a great game in store right now. Again, 8-0 in favor of Iowa Select. Last inning coming on up, a chance to add to that here for the Iowa Select team, and we'll be back after this.
Calling all electric fence owners out there, have you ever dreamt of not shocking yourself to test if your fence is working? Have you ever dreamt of not having so much bulky equipment or grounding everything? Well, hey, I'm here to tell you that dream is now a reality thanks to Insolites. Insolites is the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It really is simplicity at its finest. Here's the deal. It can go onto almost any type of post out there. And again, once you pick place and run the wire right on over it, all you have to do is watch. If there's no flash, there's no pulse, because Insolites goes with the pulse of the fence. It's that easy, that simple. No light, no pulse. You can help pinpoint where the problem is occurring with the help of Insolites. It's as simple whether it's a garden or a larger operation. I urge you to check them out today at insolites.com. And you can know your fence is working from the comfort of your car or even the comfort of your own home. Let's face it, you've got plenty of other things to do than check your electric fence. Let Insolites help you out and give you peace of mind today, and give them a shout out at insolites.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back into the broadcast here. Andrew Brown with you as Tierney getting the chance yet again to get his another shot at this. He's been around the base pass here, on to the base pass in the field. He's done a lot of it as he's been a multi-tool asset for the squad. Pokes that one right side, and that one will come into the glove, unfortunately, out there in right field, and that will make it a quick out number one here as Team Iowa Select continues on the top half of inning number 9. Hero now up at the plate to get a chance to try and get onto the base pass himself. Strikeout victim his last time up. Would love the chance to add on here what's been honestly, a very impressive outing. Team Ontario has been highly touted and recognized as a really strong squad. And this has been a game in which Iowa Select has pretty much, that one shot right side. A nice pickup, but bobbled there. And unfortunately for Team Ontario, the troubles continue here. An error will allow Hero onto the base pass for the first time in this one. And now with that coming on up here, more from this Iowa Select squad. Deuce Sullivan, again, uncommitted, but a top 500 guy. Well, now we get to see what he'll do with the bat here with the runner on first. And that one fouled back. Again, an 8-0 ball game, runs in the third, fourth, fifth, and eighth innings. That is what has given us this 8-0 advantage. 2 3-run innings and a pair of 1-run innings. That one on a short chopper out there, the third, the pickup over to the second, and that is not how you draw that up for sure. Another error on Team Ontario, and now we have runners on first and second, and more damage possible here for the Iowa Select squad. Thanks again, everybody, for listening in here as we get into the late innings in this one. Appreciate you following along as always. And if there's anything that you want, any games to go ahead and catch up, any highlights, any stats, we would love to touch that up with you as well as Brady Weber back up to the plate here for Team Iowa Select. The 1-0 count to him gets shot back out and evens it up at 1 apiece. Again, pitching a shutout here, but trying to add more offensively. That one, a dart right side, but foul. And again, this squad has been able to score several different ways. 3 runs off of wild pitches, 2 off a box, and they've been able to hit, for the most part, off of a good pitching staff here from Team Ontario. That one right side, and that will be foul as well. You can tell they're trying to go that direction here with Weber, but he's fighting it off best he can here. So 2 runners on, a chance to try and add something more. That one nicely done by the backstop there to keep that one in front of him. It does draw the count now from 1-2 to even at 2 apiece. And the pitch, that one shot right back up the middle from whence it came. A nice shot, and we will have a play at the plate potentially. Nope, instead, it's another run crossing the board here for Team Iowa Select. As a nice shot, Piero finds his way all across the diamond. and an RBI single yet again for Team Select. As Weber will have what's had a pretty strong inning or strong game for him. He brings home a run and now mark it 9-0 here for the visiting squad on the scoreboard. Runners again on first and second. And again, it's been a lot of trading one for the other. Runner on first and second for another instance of that here. 4 consecutive runs over the last 2 innings, 9 unanswered overall for Team Iowa Select. That's a nice healthy hack here by Xavier Perez, the Iowa commit, who is now drawing a 1-2 count here. Again, Iowa with some pretty strong Iowa-born players coming their way here in the next few years. And, man, it just goes to show what a lot of great talent there is in this state. And again, giving a shout out to the Iowa Hawkeyes themselves, who routed Northwestern earlier today, 12-1 the final. Cade Obermuller with an absolute gem. He had 11 strikeouts his last game, 12 strikeouts against the Wildcats here, allowing just 1 hit as Xavier Perez is down on strikes. But again, a 12 strikeout performance by Cade Obermuller for the Iowa Hawkeyes. And again, he was through 7 innings, the first Hawkeye to throw a complete game since Drew Irvine back on April 17, 2021. So again, history made here for Iowa and in Iowa at Prospect Meadows here. Perfect game field. We are making our own here as Iowa Select up 9-0 and continue to add on here with a 1-ball count here. And again, up at the plate, Nikki Kozlowski is up, ready to roll and ready to try and get something rolling here. The Iowa Central commit from Muskego High School is looking to try and, again, do what's been pretty fairly common in this game. Again, just advance, and that advancement ends up with runs. And, you know, it's not always been flashy. It hasn't always been the prettiest, but, man, have they got the job done. So 2-1 is, or 3-1, excuse me, is our count here. Iowa Select trying to add another base runner on here with 2 down. And that one sails too far inside. The Iowa Central product will find his way onto the base pass for the first time. And we now load up the bases here with 2 outs. A big chance at that to try and drive in a run here for Iowa Select. Should Jake Miller be able to connect here? Miller also a Schulte commit. Here as that one is struck right side. That one's bringing him back, and over the head, off the wall. That placed one for sure. Adding another one onto the mix here, make it another. And yes, we could look at an inside the park home run. The throw is not in time. And count it, 4 runs have crossed in that one at bat. What a play, what a run. That ball got shot and lifted out there to the fence line. And more runs coming on home as it was a bases loaded and bases clearing inside the Parker. What a shot. Jake Miller has already had an RBI in this game, but, you know, adds more to make it a 13-0 mark. 5 runs have now crossed the plate here for this Iowa Select squad in this inning alone. And that one bounces away here. That will make it 2-0 to, again, to Sullivan. Or Mueller, excuse me, Maddox Mueller up at the plate. He's already watched quite a bit of action here in this inning alone. 13-0. That one is struck right side, and that one's bobbled just a bit. The throw, did it get him in time? And it did. And that is how the bleeding stops here in this one. But again, not before 5 runs have been pushed across, including an inside the park bomb here again for the Iowa Select squad, and Jake Miller helping to blow this one even more wide open. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, here we are going to go ahead and step aside as we have more action coming on up right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
Hey everybody, there is something big out there for all you softball and baseball fans, coaches, players, and more. It's called Victory Mounds. That's right, from portable pitching mounds, field products, and field services trusted to use by both coaches and players alike, there's a whole lot to love. Mike Donahoe, who's in charge of products and equipment, makes sure it is nothing short of premium quality. Plus, Craig Allison, who's the national sales executive, is one of those journeymen who just knows baseball back and forward, can do it in his sleep, can eat, live, breathe it. He's got it all. And of course, Rush Niggett has been there. He's seen what's worked at high school fields, what worked at college fields, what doesn't work at any field. He has got it all. All 3 of them are journeymen who know what to look for. So make sure you check them out today at victorymounds.com. And hey, oh, by the way, if you mention that you heard them on our broadcast, you could earn a free assessment on the playability of your field. That's right, they'll come out, check it out, and see how playable it is and beyond. They'll help you get your field to the next level. That's right, they've got everything and every question answered. That's right, from pitching mounts to pitching rubbers, home plate, and beyond. They've got it all. And all you have to do is check out victorymounds.com. Every question is answered right on their Q&A section, so make sure to check that out today. And hey, make sure to have it a great day with Victory Mounds.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here, bottom of inning number 9, and a chance to try and shut the door here for Iowa Select as they are looking to complete the blank out, the shutout here from Prospect Meadows here. Perfect game field, a great venue as always to check out. Iowa Select has been on fire, 13 unanswered runs, but it's been 8 across the last 2 innings alone that has really blown the door wide open. That one shot up there, and a nice play, almost, I should say. Wow. That was almost SportsCenter worthy right there. A nice shot, almost came down with it. Great effort out there in the field, man. That was one that was tailing away from you. You had to try it, but unfortunately didn't come through. A base hit here for Team Ontario as the Astros put 1 runner on. And now we have a 1-0 count to start off batter number 2 here in the inning. And that one shot right side. That will get into the outfield grass. And hey, there's something cooking here for Team Ontario as they strike a hit here. That was Alex Tisopoulos getting his first hit of the ball game. And a chance now to try and cut into this just a little bit as they now go to 4-hole man Dylan Zotlinski, started off at catcher to begin the game. And with runners on first and second here, there's been 4 instances in this game where you can say that Ontario has had that. And that one chopped right side for a strike. Again, Ontario has had just twice with a runner on third. They've had several other instances, again, with runners at least in scoring position, but never quite able to really muster enough to get home. And again, a lot of credit has to go to this Iowa Select pitching staff, and that one gets shot high, too far out of play, in fact. Again, thank you for joining us in this broadcast here as we continue right along. Again, we're wrapping up here with this one. It's been all Iowa Select here from this one, and the last 2 innings have proven quite a lot. In fact, it's been 5 and 3 to make a total of 8 runs in just 2 innings of work. Before then, it was a battle then too. Again, Iowa Select has scored in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and of course 8th and 9th innings, and that has given us our mark to where we stand right now. Again, April spring ball here, and again, a lot of fun. Again, kind of our kickoff a little bit, or a little bit of almost there kind of kickoff to when the season will start. Again, early May, those first few days can't come fast enough for sure. But until then, we will look at what has been a good battle here today for the Iowa Select squad. That one is chopped out there right side. Nice pick, nice fire over there. Good job by Iowa Select defensively today. It's been again, overall one of the fun games to watch when you look at what they're able to do. And again, you just have to point out that it's been a lot of talent that has been put on the field. Miller picked up that out there, but it's been a lot of good defense, but even better pitching that hasn't really forced the defense to do too much. So with 1 out, again, runners have advanced over there to 2nd and 3rd with the out. As always, don't forget to check out our High and Tight program, which comes your way weekly here. That'll get started back up here shortly. And we got a good crop of guys, good crop of players, and everybody in between, including and take a look at Carroll once again and the host site for 1A, 2A. And we're going to be talking with a guy who helps head and spearhead the efforts there for Merchants Park in Carroll. Plus, we get to talk some strategy when it comes to prep and getting yourself to that next level. Coach Schelschmidt going on. He is going to be joining us on High and Tight coming on up. Plus, we get the chance to have some other interesting conversations overall, including some food conversations, which are really always one of my favorites in the end, right? And when you get to talk some ballpark food and beyond, that is where I am loving it. Team Ontario right now down to their final out here in this inning. A chance to, they've been trying to get the chance to do something more here. And that one dialed in for the strike. But man, this has been, for the most part, a rather tough go for the squad. They've been, they've had some good at bats here, but unfortunately unable to connect with most of them. Again, they've had some chances, I should say. Yes, is that one inside? And we get the chance for the first run of the game here for Team Ontario. There will be no play out there, and that is how we avoid the shutout here. 13-1 as the Astros put their first run on the board here in the 9th. So it brings up a 2-2 count. Runner on third, chance to try and add to that. We will not have a blank out here from Perfect Game Field and Prospect Meadows. And the fire, that one chopped right side. That will be all for foul. We continue on with the game here. And that is the strikeout that will end the inning, ladies and gentlemen. What a performance this has been overall. Cap that now. 13-1 is our final here from Marion, from Perfect Game Field at Prospect Meadows. Team Iowa Select took it off early, and they just ran with it. And it had a lot to do with some big, big games. A lot of great plays, a lot of great offensive at bats. A big shout out to Jake Miller with his inside the park home run to help bring 4 and really continue to break this game open. But here we are, 13-1. Teams Iowa Select ends up taking the win. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, here again, we appreciate all that have tuned in to this. Thank you so much for taking the time. And as always, continue to add as much as you can to the conversation. We want to hear from you. We want to hear everything that you have to say and more. So as always, appreciate everything that you do and all the comments that have in there. So we are taking a quick picture here, but we, from our broadcast standpoint, are going to wrap up our time here. Again, we have more coming on up. And in terms of this game, more from highlights, photos, and beyond. So don't go anywhere. There's still more coming on up. But as for our broadcast right now, we're going to wrap up and say thank you so very much. It's been all Perfect Game Iowa Select, 13-1 over Ontario. And until we see each other next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. And as always, stay safe on the base paths.
Calling all electric fence owners out there, have you ever dreamt of not shocking yourself to test if your fence is working? Have you ever dreamt of not having so much bulky equipment or grounding everything? Well, hey, I'm here to tell you that dream is now a reality thanks to Insolites. Insolites is the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It really is simplicity at its finest. Here's the deal. It can go onto almost any type of post out there. And again, once you pick place and run the wire right on over it, all you have to do is watch. If there's no flash, there's no pulse, because Insolites goes with the pulse of the fence. It's that easy, that simple. No light, no pulse. You can help pinpoint where the problem is occurring with the help of Insolites. It's as simple whether it's a garden or a larger operation. I urge you to check them out today at Insolites.com. And you can know your fence is working from the comfort of your car or even the comfort of your own home. Let's face it, you've got plenty of other things to do than check your electric fence. Let Insolites help you out and give you peace of mind today, and give them a shout out at Insolites.com. Hey everybody, there is something big out there for all you softball and baseball fans, coaches, players, and more. It's called Victory Mounds. That's right, from portable pitching mounds, field products, and field services trusted to use by both coaches and players alike, there's a whole lot to love. Mike Donahoe, who's in charge of products and equipment, makes sure it is nothing short of premium quality. Plus, Craig Allison, who's the national sales executive, is one of those journeymen who just knows baseball back and forward, can do it in his sleep, can eat, live, breathe it. He's got it all. And of course, Rush Niggett has been there. He's seen what's worked at high school fields,
what worked at college fields, what doesn't work at any field. He has got it all. All three of them are journeymen who know what to look for. So make sure you check them out today at victorymounds.com. And hey, oh, by the way, if you mention that you heard them on our broadcast, you could earn a free assessment on the playability of your field. That's right. They'll come out, check it out, and see how playable it is and beyond. They'll help you get your field to the next level. That's right. They've got everything and every question answered. That's right. From pitching mounts to pitching rubbers, home plate, and beyond. They've got it all. And all you have to do is check out victorymounds.com. Every question is answered right on their Q&A section, so make sure to check that out today. And hey, make sure to have a great day with Victory Mounds.